So I'm still here working on some variables and aspects of concepts. And apparently, right now, I just came across a very important one, which is the coherence of a relationship. You know, like I've been establishing how it is that people get so many words out of my mouth and how it feels like every word is just going in one ear and out of the other, And essentially, is why? Because they're not really receiving my message. They're actually tuning into my coherence and distorting it, just by standing there and acting like there's a problem, talking like there's a problem, and instilling the behavior of what be giving off cues and impulse signals to, for yourself to pick up on and see that there is something there that is necessarily not the way it should be. And that's essentially just looking at something that's perfect, doing exactly what it's supposed to do the way it's supposed to do. So it's more of a just don't get, I suppose that inner thing that, pushes us into things, pushed into the matter. It's more about understanding that what was being basically readjusted and retuned in and to get people to battle each other and fight each other has been the coherence. Because you guys have the same words. You speak the same language. You feel the same things, So what is it that establishes your guys' line of communication that brings you guys separation? It's the coherence, Whether you guys are both establishing that coherence and understanding to maintain it, or whether somebody's just entering into your circle to tap into your coherence and then bring you problems, Because it's like saying, I woke up good this morning. My body's fine. My mind is fine. Yeah, sure. I've engaged with things that have been attempted to hack and tap into my coherence, but that's been negated, blocked. So essentially, it's bringing the clarity, So how is it that I'm perceiving my relationships right now, and them having an effect on my being? What is it that means the signal? Because everything has to have a pathway, a paved path to be able to do what it does, So if my relationship is the thing that has been bringing me incoherence, it's because, it's not understanding the concept of coherence. And there needs to be clarity and an established foundation to the relationship. And the one thing humans haven't done is establish that in their relationships is, hey, we're going to be coherent about what we communicate about, what we talk about, what it is that we bring into regards and considerations, but it's coherence. So it's almost like the tone. So if I shift my tone, you're following my coherence. Where versus the coherent alterations that can vary or just simply bring distinctions for questionings, expansions, or people to find what they need in the way they need it, But understanding coherence, And I didn't understand this. This is why, like, when a woman reacts some way, why men, might be so, insistent on, one behavior, and like the same thing for when men behave in one way, or how women may then in turn have behavior that is responding to something, And now I'm establishing this here comprehension, which is apprehending the matter that is of coherence. And I'm hoping that it, brings y'all to better be able to regulate yourselves as it is that you've shown yourselves through other means and through other pathways that there has been the capacity for regulation. So essentially, no such thing as chaos, no such thing as order, is more the management, So be coherent enough to manage it and understand that you're following an invisible line that brings you peace of mind, progress, connection, meaning, and actual grasping of some aspect of life, because you actually maintain something serious, real, that you actually can relay and communicate and have in acknowledgement with that is in acknowledgement. Hopefully that video was to you guys' coherence.